Alright, my voice is pretty bad, so I canceled today's show, and folks said, well, show us the work you're doing, because even though I'm sick, this is what I do when I'm sick. When I get sick, I go outside and I work really hard, and I up my blood pressure, and I pump blood through my body, and I get well. I don't lay down in bed. This is what I did today. It's about a 24-foot trench. So I've got a 10-foot bed, a 20-foot bed, a 24-foot bed. You can see it staggers past the first bed that I built. Next bed will probably start where that stake's there. And while I was at it, I relocated about half of this flatbed here. You can see I dug it up, pulled some of the fill out of it, relocated. Relocate's a nice word for the sprinkler system the guy before me that had this property did. You see I'm relocating it in big sticks. I'm saving it because I might have some use for it, but it won't be here. And I want to show you because I'm still dealing with the rock, but this was actually pretty easy to take. It looks like they scraped some of the land off, and some of the fill from the beds were on this part. This part over here, not so much. And I found one of the worst spots I've found so far. You can see on my foot, this isn't real deep. I'm going to use small material like this in this part of the hole. But this piece right here where my foot is, this is a slab. This is Mother Earth. I hit that with the pick. It did nothing. I don't think you dig that out with an excavator. Unless maybe you got like a big 50-ton. You might find the edges of it, but it's probably way out. If it's not, it's just a complete formation. It ain't coming out. But it does seem to get better as more I go along the contours that way. So here's the plan. Relocated a couple of these timbers. Boy, they're heavy. If anybody lives in the Dallas-Fort Worth area and wants some timbers, you come get them. You can have them. We're relocating the cinder blocks. Got some ideas for those. I don't know if you can see in the distance, a huge pile of them over there as we build them up. But the next thing on my crosshairs is this bed right here. I'll be using some of the fill out of this bed to build up this bed that I've just dug, so I can get at least this piece of it out of the way, so I don't have to be moving it when I've already got the bed done right up against it. And kind of giving you an idea where we're headed with the whole project. Oh, I stumbled over my own railroad tie there. Where we're headed with it overall. We're going to take this big monstrosity of beds and come into a much more long and lean design, with beds going out that way and bending toward the red barn there. This contour line will bed almost toward, if you can see it, I don't know, there's a faucet there. Then this contour line will head kind of right at that little oak there, and we'll just make sure there's a break there. We probably won't go much further out than that. That'll bring us down to here. We'll cut right through there. And by the time we do that, we'll actually have more square footage under cultivation than these 8 monstrosities that were here. They'll be naturally into the landscape. They'll be harvesting water. And what I got to do now is get a hold of some more wood. Here's the rock pile. I haven't gone through all the stuff that's been dug out. Here's the rock pile from this hole. As you can see here, use some scale on my hand. This is some bad stuff. But I think you'll be impressed with this as it continues on. You can see here, never mind the airplane over me. Broccoli's doing well in the bed that I planted. I really need to put some more wood chips on this. I'm probably going to get a load of wood chips tomorrow. I'm just trying to stretch them while I have the time. I also have way more fill in those beds than I need. So I've started another project. Right here you can see where I've laid down. That's maybe an inch deep of this sandy fill soil that's in all of the beds. And I'm going to seed this with a pasture mix, throw a little bit of compost on top of it, and try to rehabilitate this area. And I want to show you what it looks like now, because I think next year you won't believe it ever looked like this. This is what the ground looks like here right now. I mean, it doesn't get much worse than that. And again, that's only about an inch. We'll start building from there. I'll bring in some oilseed radish to help break up this hard soil, at least down to the hard pan. And I'll bring some other perennials and some annuals in. And basically what will happen, when I'm done, this whole thing will be a little mini pasture all the way down the fence. Eventually there'll probably be a hedgerow right about here. And that hedgerow will go up that fence line, and there'll be pasture out on this area where I'm covering it with dirt, all the way up to those beds down there. There'll be enough of a trail to get behind the hedgerow and between the fence and walk. There'll be a little mini pasture strip back there. Because you see all that open area my neighbor has? That creates horrendous wind. And that's the biggest enemy I got right now with my project, is these beds are just getting hammered with the wind. And some of these broccoli plants are not going to make it just from what the wind did to them. It looks like pest damage. If I can find one. Here's one right here. That's just the wind tearing up. We had 50-mile-an-hour winds. The fact that any of these survived is kind of a testament to this raised bed. The way it's designed, the main wind is actually going with the bed, and this rounded shape to it is actually allowing the wind to channel along, and you can see it right now, it's being hit. And if that bed had been built, well, if that bed had been built more the way those were, they would be getting much harder of a crosswind. If it had been built straight in line with the fence going this way, right, I mean, it would have just tore up every single thing that's in there. And here it's kicking up now. But once we get that hedgerow in, we'll have a productive hedgerow. We'll have a micro pasture for poultry that's going to be, 350 feet long with one cross fence in it all the way to the end of the back there. And we'll have this huge mixture of annual and perennial water harvesting hugul systems right here. It'll be about 1/10 of an acre total when it's done. Again, I'm trying to get enough of this done to get the stage set for our workshop. We'll probably be doing that around April 15th, around tax day. And I do have a lot of you guys on the waiting list, and those that send an email, you'll hear from me when I have more details about that. Anyway, that's what I do when I'm sick, guys. Imagine what I could do if I wasn't sick. I am done for the day. Just want to give you kind of a progress report of where we got with this next bed. Again, 24 feet. Trench is 2 foot wide. A little over 1 foot deep. I was able to get down most of the area other than that rock as I showed you. Got it pretty well packed tight. Probably go around tomorrow and pick up some scraps and stuff that are laying around out in my outer pasture and fill some of the holes in with some more wood before I start backfilling. But not bad for a day where I'm down with the flu or the cold or whatever kind of crud it is I got. Again, you can hear my voice. Yeah, and there's the rock pile. I don't even feel like moving that today. The dogs are checking out the rest of the garden. Real quick while I got you here, I'll go over here and give you an update on the plants that we put in this bed, which gives us an indication. We got pretty good soil. This soil is really sandy, more sandy than anything I worked with. But as you can see, everything is just doing great. Broccoli's getting really mature. Lettuce is growing good. Spinach, this stuff's been in the ground about 2 weeks now, maybe 3. And it's just looking great. Got those drip lines in there. Again, I've had problems with the drippers clogging. I got some ideas on that now with basically needing an inline filter for the dripper. And that'll probably solve that problem. We can go with drip irrigation here. But I really haven't been watering at all. It's been cool. It's rained quite a bit the past few days. So I haven't had to. But, so at least we'll have this. The only problem with this is, honestly, it'll probably still be producing some broccoli when it comes time to tear it out. But, yeah, well, you know, easy come, easy go. And we're moving toward progress here. And again, you can get a kind of a view of the project as it progresses. It's going to be fun as it keeps going. You won't recognize the place in a couple months. And hopefully some of you will get to come here and be part of the transformation. Talk to you later, guys. Jack out.